Hi everyone, welcome back to my business channel. I'm here again for another episode of Business Talk with one of my amazing business partner. So I'll introduce you to her in a minute. For everybody who doesn't know me, my name is Alani. I'm a mom of three beautiful kids. I have been living in Toronto, Canada for the past 24 years, and now I'm a digital business owner. So, guys, how is everyone doing today? I hope everybody is doing great. Today is February the 2nd, it's 2:30, and I'm coming live from Toronto, Canada. And I hope everybody is doing great. So, today I want you to introduce you to um, my special friend, Neda, who I get to meet in person last month, which was amazing. This is one thing I love about this digital business is allow to meet, different people, different country, different background. And it was such a pleasure meeting her in person during, beside the pandemic and everything is going on. And I'm hoping, in the future, I get to meet more of my business partner. And it was such a pleasure. Nara, thank you for coming on my business page and thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
No problem, my pleasure. Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Hope you all have a good afternoon, evening, morning, any time zone that you're tuning in. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all having a great day so far. So, as my friend Lalani said, my name is Neda. I'm currently living in Ontario, Canada. By profession, I'm accountant, pharmacy technician, and right now, at the moment, I am a proud digital business owner. And by family, for family, I have three kids, and I'm a married and busy woman as other ones. Yeah.
Like we all working mom and we all busy, and it's good that we have this digital business. So Neda, since you're busy and you're working mom, how do you manage your mom life and this digital business?
At the when you look at it from outside, it looks very hard to be a mom, like a woman, worker, like all those kind of things. If you want to manage it, it looks hard if you look at it from outside. But once you get used to it, you just get used to it. You just do it as a routine, everyday routine, in your life, and you get used to it. So as a mom, like I start. When the pandemic happened, I forced to stay home. Like after, I think 2019, I forced to stay home. Like couple of months before that, because I was on maternity leave because of my third kids, so I stay home. I start staying home from that time. And then after, because the school was off, so I forced to stay home, and I have three young kids that I need to take care of them, so I forced to stay. And at that time, I forced to quit my job. I used to work in a pharmacy from morning till like evening every day. And when I remember when I used to come home, was the time was around like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I had no time. I was so tired, exhausted, but I had to do my jobs and responsibility at the same time. So, but then when the pandemic happened, I forced to stay home, and then I was looking for something that I can do from home. And then one day, I came across with an ad in Facebook that was mentioning about working online, doing business for yourself, being your own boss, and all those kind of stuff. So that really attracted my attention. I messaged the person who put the ad, and then she invited me to watch a 90 minutes webinar. So from that point, I start watch, like that complimentary free webinar at that night. And the time that night, the time was around 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. Everyone was asleep. So because I was excited, so I watched it the same night around 12:30 ish. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Then I was around 70 minutes of that 90 minutes that I decided to just jump into this business and start it without, thinking and talking to anyone.
You didn't even finish watching the webinar?
No, I didn't finish it, if you believe me or not. But out of that 90 minutes, I was in 70 minutes. that I decided this business, because something, pushed me to start this business. Something told me, even though, when you see something online at first, like at first sight, you couldn't believe. You might think that this is a scam, this is not real, this might be fake, they are gonna play with you. All those kind of questions, they might come in your head. But I don't know, something from my inside pushed me to just start. Don't think about those questions in my head, and yeah, and I started. I'm so happy that I did that night, because I introduced with a big community and big amazing people that I cannot imagine myself better than this.
Yeah, we have an amazing community. You know, as a mom, we multitask, we triple task, we do so much thing as one, to benefit our family and to do better. And like you said, I stay home since I had my daughter too, due to the pandemic. And after my daughter, I didn't want to go back to work. I was in the same situation, and after missing out on my kids, both of my kids' milestone, my two children, them because I'm constantly working 12 hours, never have time for myself, never have time for the family. So, this time, like, I want to do things different, and I'm not getting older. I want to do, do something not for my daughter too, but for myself. And like you said, thank God I found this business, which is amazing. I wish I found it a couple months ago, but you know what? It's never too late. It's
Yeah,
never too late.
because in Canada and any other countries in the world, now people, they only live, paycheck to paycheck. They just, they cannot. The expenses are too like high. So one person, if one person, like one like mom or dad works, that won't be enough for a family of five, like me myself. So we have to work like two people together in order to create, to not be behind from all the expenses that you will have at the end of the month. So if this pandemic forced me to stay, so I have to do something from home. And this business is one of the best business that available, that everyone like me, like having same lifestyle, like having kids, wants to create a revenue, all those kind of things. So this is the best option that they can start and do it.
And I'm glad that you like this business, and I'm glad that I get to meet you in person. It was such a pleasure. It's great that we meet different person and how this business have changed our life. So Neda, I'm so happy for you that this business is doing great for you. So was your husband skeptical, or your family, or anybody skeptical when you started this business? Did you tell them, or you didn't tell them?
That night when I started the webinar, I did not even talk to any, and I start my business. But my husband realized it like 2 or 3 weeks after I joined to this community. And then after, of course, 100% out of 100%, 100% of like men, they are not agree with this kind of jobs or businesses, because they think that this is a scam, this is not right, there might be something wrong with this kind of a stuff and all those things. But I argue with my husband that if I'm gonna do this wrong, then it will be my mistake. It will be my future or whatever. And then he told me, okay, if you want to do this, just do it. But the result, like the end, whatever you get, you are the responsible for that. And then I said, okay, I will be responsible. From that point, then he left me behind. He didn't say nothing bad, but he didn't interfere and support me from that point. But now when he, watches me all around doing videos, making advertisement, all those stuff, it's like, it seems having a very good business.
He's gonna retire soon when you start making that big income.
Yeah. Now he is fine with it.
That's good. I'm good that you have that support, because a lot of people when they get into business, they always have this skeptical husband and stuff. When I get into this business too, I didn't I didn't tell nobody. I just get in. I didn't tell no family and no friends, because they know the people that I have around me. Most of them they're negative, and when
Yeah,
it comes that you have to do like a little investment, like they don't want to do it because people always afraid of taking that step, because if you don't try something new, you never know what is there for you. and
Exactly.
you have to keep trying. If you try something and you fail, don't give up because you will never know when you will hit that jackpot. For me, I keep trying, I keep failing, but I never give up until I found this business and I'm like, wow, this one is for me. Like I was really happy with, the platform and what they have to offer. So Neda, tell us what did you like about this business? Like what do you like when you get into this
So there
business?
is a lot of stuff that I like about this business. The first one that I like the most is the flexibility, because as a mom of three, I don't have, I'm tired. As you, like you, the same like lifestyle like you, I was tired of working from morning till night every day, and then coming home, do cooking, doing the like cleaning, yeah, responsible for the whole family. But I'm really tired. But this business allowed me to spend more time with my children, having more time for my own, like for myself, having more like fun family time, all those kind of things. And then on the side, making me able to make, to create the same revenue or income as I used to make it when I was work from 9 to 5 or whatever. So that's the first thing that I like about this, business. The second thing is the community, because as you said, I introduced with like a lots of good people like that. I cannot imagine them like having them never in my life. But after coming and to this community, I came across with the good friends that they taught me too many things, like they made me a new person. And I cannot see myself like the same Neda as I was before starting this business, because they changed my personality, they changed my inspiration, they changed everything in me, after this. So these are the stuff that I like the most about this online business.
Yeah, it's nice. It changed a lot for me too since I started this business. Now I have more motivation and I didn't never thought that like I will come on live, you know, and do live because I was so afraid of doing live. And when I started this business, and it's improved me, give me like more motivation, more peace of mind, and it pushed me to do more because when I see the platform and what it has to offer, and I know I could do this business, and I want to do it for me and my family. And that a lot of people asking me, why do we have to watch the 90 minutes webinar? Can you explain to everybody what our business and what our platform is about?
Yeah, because that webinar is foundation, is the base of starting this business. If you don't watch it, then you don't have that foundation to start with. And that out of that 90 minutes, the first 50 minutes, people they talk about how this business works and what this business is. And then for the last 40 minutes, there are people, like different types of people from different countries of the world. They are coming and talking about themselves, like how they were before and how they become after joining to this business, and what they achieved and how they become successful. So that's why it's very important for anyone who wants to start, for the beginning, is to come and watch this 90 minutes, and then after they can get like the next steps.
Yeah, guys, it's very important to watch a 90 minutes webinar because if you don't watch a 90 minutes webinar, you wouldn't understand our business and our business platform and what we do it's because if we have to tell you in 5 to 10 minutes, we cannot explain everything in that period of time. So by watching the webinar, you will understand more what we do. And yes, there is a next step after watching the webinar. And once you watch a webinar, you could get into it and see if it's that something for you. And there's a 90-day money back guarantee. Always, if you come and check it out. If it's not for you, you have 30 days. 30 days money back guarantee. So Neda, for people who is sitting on the fence and watching, and they want to take a risk but they're afraid, what advice do you give them?
So in this life, I learned that if you don't put yourself, if you don't accept risk, you will not be successful. So in every point of your life, you have to take some risk in order to be successful. So joining to this business, by joining to this business is nothing to lose. You only will gain some information. And whether you come join and start, the first step is you have to register yourself with Lalani website, and then she will send you that 90 minutes like webinar afterward. And then you will be invited like to pay 149 trial, like a trial session which is for 30 days. And that will introduce, like you will become introduced with the word of people that they can help you, and they will show you how they start and how this business works. And if you have any problem or anything, anyone can help you out in this community after that paying that 149. And then after, you will see you have a 30 days trial to try if you whether you like it, if this business works for you or not. Then after, you will decide to take your money or keep your money and going forward. So my suggestion to you is just come watch that 90 minutes webinar and register yourself in Lalani's website. That's the first thing you need to do. And you will not, believe me or not, you will not lose anything.
It doesn't matter which website you register, guys. Me or Neda, we all doing the same business, and it's the same thing you will get. And like Neda said, we have amazing community. We have a community growing over 109,000 and growing. And plus, once you join, you're never alone. You always have a coach, you have a mentor by your side, so you're never alone. It's not like when you join a business, you get even the step-by-step training. You're not alone. There's always somebody by your side 24/7 as long as you need them. That's what's so amazing about our business. And come and see why our business platform is so different from others out there. There's You wouldn't get this anywhere else. And you can work anywhere, anytime that you choose to, because you will be your own boss. So you get to work from anywhere. All you need is a computer, a laptop, and a Wi-Fi. You could travel the world and take your work with you. That's what's so amazing about our platform. And like you said, the first step, join in the webinar and see if this is something for you. Nera, I want to thank you for coming on my show and explain to everybody about our business. And since you have kids, what do you guys do for fun?
Oh, for fun, we do a lots of stuff.
What
When
is your
I have
kids'
my
favorite sports or their
my
favorite food?
yeah, my oldest one, she is 7, the middle one is 5.5, and the third one is 2.5. There are three headaches in my life. Oh my god.
Don't say We will say it's a headache because it's difficult to deal with child, but it's such a blessing at the same time. As a mom, it's so hard when we raise kids, but at the same time, it's such a joy and a blessing, to watch them to grow. And this, like I said, we have an amazing business that give us that opportunity that we get to stay home and watch our kids. Like for me, I'm so happy. Like I get to watch my daughter, and I don't miss it on her milestone. It's so amazing. That's why I love about this business.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Right now it's 3:18, so I can go because of this business. This allows me to go pick up my, daughters from the school bus and bring them home. Other than this, I should, put them in like a daycare or somewhere over after school, or anywhere to take care of them after till like the time I finish my job or whatever, right? But this business allowed me to spend the time and having more quality time with them.
Yes, that's great. So, Neda, thank you so much for coming. And for everybody who joined me today, thank you guys so much. And everybody who's going to watch a replay, thank you again. And we will talk soon. And I hope everybody have a great day. And we will see you guys soon. Take care.
Bye
Bye. Bye,
bye.
everyone.